Okay, loading. Stream screen should be up. Starting soon screen. I mean, and it is.
Yeah, I don't hear the overlay music.
What's going on, fan out crew? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us. This is our first time using this new streaming solution, so hopefully we won't have any problems tonight. Apologize in advance if we run into any issues. I'm your host, Colby Sullivan, joined as always by my fellow uncle, Jonathan Agricola. Jonathan, why don't you talk about that, man? How's it feel being uncle?
Dude, tell you what, man. I told my brother that I had an entire book of ugly baby jokes to write, and I have a cute nephew, so I had to throw that out the door. So it it feels good. Feels pretty cool having a baby that you don't have to like keep. You can just hand them off when they start whining and crying.
Nice.
But yeah, I've already got a problem with the system. Do bid, Mike.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm still learning how to control it all. But yeah. So tonight we got some stuff that we're gonna obviously talk about. We played some Shredder's Revenge this past weekend, which was really cool. After Jonathan finally learned how computers work, that was easy to get into, and we had a hell of a time getting it to work on Xbox. So we just gave up.
I mean, it works on Xbox.
Yeah,
but
I meant to say crossplay with the computer. Yeah, we had some trouble getting that to actually work. So we ended up just doing it the easy way. And yeah, tell me about the game. Let everybody know what your thoughts were on the game.
All right, so for everybody out there that is sick and tired of what is the status quo of video games that are out there right now, all your battle royales, your shooters, your MMOs, dude, every so often it's really good to jump into a side-scrolling beat 'em up. It is, especially with a huge IP like the Ninja Turtles, it feels good. Everything feels great about this game. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing. It puts you in an arcade in the late 80s, early 90s. That's what it does at your house. And it feels good. And I'll sit here and keep talking about how good it feels. This game kind of popped up on me. I know that Colby and Brian did a review about the trailer over a year ago or about
Oh
a year
yeah,
ago.
yeah. I forgot. I thought it was already out like a long time ago.
This game, like, I just happened to get lucky enough to see, like, I forget the channel or what I was watching that said, "Oh yeah, the Shredder's Revenge is about to happen," and I'm like, "About to happen?" I thought this was already out, and then they announced it's gonna be 6-player co-op and all that jazz, and I was like, "Oh wow, when is this?" It was like 2 weeks away, so I was like, "Oh man." I didn't
Yeah,
have to. I personally didn't have to wait that long for this game, but for all you turtle fans out there, I'm sure the wait was well worth it.
yeah. I kind of forgot about it. We did a trailer reaction a long time ago, and I just thought it was gonna come out soon. When we did it, so I just forgot about it. And then you mentioned it about how it was coming out, and I was like, man, that's not out already. And I just immediately jumped on it and had the best time playing this game. I mean, I felt like I was back in the arcade, and
Yep.
it was so smooth and just fluid and felt exactly like the perfect, natural progression
Yeah.
of that series. So
And it's for all you guys who don't know, man, it is set in the 1980s cartoon.
yeah, and I'm so bad at it. Like I haven't played it's not really a platformer, but I haven't
No.
played beat 'em ups, or side scrollers in so long, and I've just forgotten how to move and attack at the same time, and I kept running out of health, and you guys had to keep saving me. But I mean, we did manage to beat the game in 2.5 hours, so
Yeah.
that was cool. I had a really good time with that.
It there's so much. It's complete chaos on the screen.
Oh, dude, it's absolutely nuts.
Everyone's just beating the hell out of foot soldiers, or excuse me, foot soldiers, Foot Clan
Yeah,
for 2.5 hours. That's all it is. A couple of Triceratops guys, a couple of big rock guys. Most of the time, you're just beating the hell out of some Foot Clan, which always feels good. It doesn't matter what color bandana you're wearing. So it was
yeah,
a lot of fun.
yeah. The bosses were cool. I
Yeah,
liked seeing a couple of the bosses I genuinely did not recognize, and I mean, not full disclosure. I mean, I'm not the largest, what do we call it? Nerdle.
the Nerdle.
Turtle.
That's, yeah, yeah.
On the planet, but I did recognize most of them and really enjoyed the shredder fights. For those who haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but go check out our live stream video. The boss at the end was pretty fun to have to beat.
Dude,
So
it was great. And again, man, this is a game where I do believe I play it by myself all the time, but it just goes by so much faster, and you're laughing and interacting more if you just
yeah.
even have one extra person with you.
Yeah, and
It's
we
so
were
much
just
fun on
we were
multiplayer.
cracking jokes the whole time while we were playing, and just talking about how awesome the music was and how nostalgic it was. We just had a great time. We'll love to do that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
again. So
absolutely. Uh, if I and again, the only bad thing I'm going to say about it, Colby mentioned in the beginning of this topic, was it is cross-platform and cross-play is possible if you buy it from the same location, which
yeah,
is
well,
huge. That
so
is,
yeah, it's very important for those who don't know, since we struggled with this for like a good hour and a half. If you have someone who's on Xbox and you're on PC, the only way it will work is if you buy the Microsoft Store version on the computer. I had it on Steam, um, and it would not work with Xbox and the Steam version.
or
So
yeah, the Microsoft Game Pass, the PC Game Pass. You can download
yeah,
it there. I mean,
yeah.
so it is like, I believe them that it's cross-platform, but
There's some caveats.
there are some caveats, and I figure you own the game, I own the game, let's play together, and that was not the case.
Yeah. Every time you invited me to a party, I would see the invite and I'd click on it, and it would take me to the Microsoft Store to buy the game, and I'm like,
Yep.
I'm already logged in. What is this nonsense?
Yeah.
So, but it's all good. I mean, it's it's all good.
But yeah, I saw today that they did a patch. I have no idea what's in there. I'm not one to like go dig in to see like the patch notes or anything, but I'm sure there were a few times that like we would get an animation locks. Like, what was it called? But you got KO'd
Oh yeah,
as
so that
we
was
beat one of the two final bosses,
yeah. So
and then you were stuck.
yeah, I got knocked out in it before the transition to the next
To the final
fate.
boss.
Yeah. And so when the cutscene unlocked, someone, revived me or whatever. I stood up, started fighting again, but the game didn't really realize that I was up, and it kept showing me stuff on screen. It kept telling me to go with the arrow.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like telling the guys like, hey, we got to go. And they're like, we're fighting the boss. And I'm like, it's telling us to go. Like maybe, and they were like, no, it's not. So there's just some, bugs with every game, but I overall, I mean, I really do love the game, but
Yeah.
I will say that we talked about this during the live stream, that it's very difficult to know reliably where you are on the screen, because there is no collisions. You can just all be standing in the same spot.
Yeah.
And the turtles are the exact same
Hue.
shade of green. They're all the exact same shape and size. And people are like, just look at the weapon or look at the color. Sure, but not with all that stuff going on. And we discovered later that you can hold down, I think it was like left bumper, and it would show you the little like 1p or 2p above your head or whatever, which was fine. But maybe I know in some of the more recent iterations of Ninja Turtles, Raphael is bigger, and Donatello is typically like a little bit more slender and stuff. So maybe they could have like styled the turtles a little differently to keep them apart.
Yeah.
Now, when you're playing with April and Casey and Splinter, it may not be that big of a deal.
No.
When you got 4 people playing 4 turtles, it was a whole thing.
Yeah,
so, but still, I mean, we beat the game. It was not like it didn't take away from our enjoyment of the game at all.
No, because at the end of the day, you're playing the 4 Ninja Turtles, and you're punching Bebop, Rocksteady, and the Shredder, and Leatherhead, and you're punching them all in the face. So you're having a great time.
I loved Leonardo's little jump, spin, slash that he does. It was so cool, and just a nostalgia game took me back to my childhood. I felt like I was at the local arcade again, and it's great to have that feeling because kids don't necessarily know what that feels like anymore.
Nope.
I've said this before. I showed the pinball machine, my Royal Rumble machine, to Cameron the first time, and he was just like, "What is this torture device you've just brought into the house?" So, yeah.
Yep, they'll never know the pain of your parents telling you no when you walk into the mall and you see Ninja Turtles through the window.
Yeah.
They'll never know the pain. Like, I need some quarters. And then they give you, when they do pony up and they give you $1 and you go over there and play that game for 15 minutes and then you get your ass kicked. You're like, I need another $1.
And that was when the games were, 25 cents for a credit and not, a whole $1 for a credit. So, they've just changed so much, but overall, I mean, this game was awesome. Definitely go check it out. It's only like $25 maybe. It's available everywhere, Steam, Epic, Microsoft Store, Xbox, whatever. Just be aware of that Xbox caveat. If you're going to play it, they need to, with a personal computer, they need to have the Microsoft version of it.
Yep. So 5 out of 5 stars. It's just great. It's great.
Absolutely.
You know exactly what you're
getting. Music's so good.
Yeah.
Just the art style works. The game is just so fluid. You never feel like, I mean, I was joking about it that the entire game is like 700 megabytes. I mean, in this day and age when Call of Duty games are like over 150 gigs.
Yeah.
Like that was refreshing. I hit download on Steam and it was like done.
I just downloaded Resident Evil 2. I see my youngest brother playing Resident Evil 2 all the time. I was like, I'm going to check this out. So I downloaded it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a game straight out of the 90s. And it's got like about that many gigs. So,
right.
But a lot of it's cinematics and video.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to, have you heard about this little independent TV show called the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power?
Oh, that indie show that's coming out. I've heard tale of a few things about it.
Amazon spent something like $1 billion on season 1 and the rights to the stuff. Yeah, some ridiculous.
Wow. You know what? I'll tell you what, before we even get into it, I think I've said this on the show before. I'm looking forward to it. I am going to check it out. I am going to let Amazon burn this to the ground if they mess it up. I'll be right there to criticize them if it does suck. But everything that they've shown, I can't tell anything from trailers, from stills. It's like people that are getting upset at pictures right now. I'm like, dude.
Well, I'm glad that
give it a shot.
I'm glad that you mentioned that because I mean, I definitely was one of the people that was upset by some of the stills that I've seen so far. But today, they have released the first images of the orcs in the show, and I've been waiting for this for pretty much since the first images came out. Like, why aren't they showing any of the orcs and all that stuff? I mean, there was one still of like black armor with that big sword and stuff, but we don't know if that's Sauron or one of the, we don't know.
Yeah. We don't know anything.
Yeah. So have you seen these pictures yet?
The only picture I've seen, you told me, end quote, don't look at the thumbnail.
Yeah.
and then as I log onto YouTube, I see
the
thumbnail. So I'm like, I've seen one picture.
Okay. So yeah. So let's go. All right. I'm gonna see if I can do the screen share really easily. All right. So you can see what's going on here, right?
Looks like Betty.
I just mean you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
So this one is interesting to me. I do like the design of the helmet. Looks like it's some kind of dead creature, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really like the orc face. I don't know that the arms look a little small, but I mean,
Yeah.
like the overall design is way better than I was anticipating. Just to
Yeah.
be honest, I didn't think that I was going to like it this much. So there's this one, and then there is this one, which I mean that looks like it could just be. Is that the same orc?
No.
No, helmet's different and very similar face, but I mean they're all kind of similar. But I'm really like. I mean these look like they're practical, right?
Yeah.
I mean I'm shocked.
Yeah. Well, it'll look a lot different in motion though if it isn't practical.
Yeah, exactly. If these are CG, I mean they may be doing something to it. I don't know, but like I really think they have done a really really good job with just how like look at the helmet. It's it's all cracked and stuff and like it's clearly been through some through some
Yeah.
stuff.
It's been chipped away to fit on top of
Yeah.
somebody's head.
Yeah. And the armor is cool. It's I mean it's definitely different than the Peter Jackson
Yeah.
Lord
It
of the
looks
Rings. Like
like
there's
it looks like an eye wreathed
yeah.
in flame. That's what
Yeah.
it looks like to me.
Lidless. Yeah. And then this one right here could totally just be I mean, can you see the mouse cursor? You can, right? See the mouse cursor?
Yeah.
Okay. This one looks like it just would totally fit in the background of one of the original movies. Like I'm all
Yeah.
about this, man. Like this looks really good. And then like this one, dude. Holy, like look at how like this used to be. I know they talk about how the orcs used to be elves.
Yeah.
Right. This one is the first one that I've seen that looks like this could have been an elf at some point. Like that is like totally elven style armor, and it even has some like wisps of hair and stuff coming down. Like now, the one thing I'm a little concerned with is this a dude or an elf that he's talking to? Either one. Elves and men are both really tall. Orcs generally are not. So he looks to be not quite as tall as this person, but I'm curious to see to find out who this is, if this even matters. But this design, like I'm like, this is amazing. I'm in love with this, dude.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I love orcs. I think orcs are like they're probably my favorite fantasy race of beings.
Yeah.
And to make this story even longer, when I first bumped into an orc, I was playing a little itty bitty game you may have heard of named EverQuest, and our party used to gather and slaughter orcs by the dozen, you know. But I'll never forget the character models of these orcs. They had the green skin, the red eyes, the tusks, and they were clad in armor. And you're like, man, why can't I play as this race that looks amazing? And
Yeah.
so I continued to play EverQuest, and then a buddy of mine a few years later said, "Hey,
You need to try World of Warcraft.
there's World of Warcraft games about to come out." I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm playing EverQuest 2 right now. It's so cute. It's like you can play as an orc.
Unsub.
Well, shit. Here we go. So yeah, and these look great, man. These look like your fantasy orcs that you'll bump into in any kind of fantasy genre. Props to the guys over there on Amazon keeping them the gray skinned orcs.
Now, I have heard tell. I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that Weta. Are you familiar with Weta?
Yeah.
They're
I know anything.
Oh, Jesus Christ! They're the company that one of the companies that did a lot of the special effects and practical stuff for the original Lord of the Rings films. Peter Jackson.
You're shelling out $1 billion. You better be.
Yeah, and it's my understanding that Weta was either wholly responsible or very much involved with the orcs for this show. So I'm definitely happy to hear that. Like this is really good. Let's go to the next one here. So I think this may be the same one from the very first shot. If you look at the helmet.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Yeah, I think that's probably the same one.
He might be some
this one
leader.
Here, hold on. I'll come back to that one. This one right here is, I think, it's pretty similar to the scene that we saw earlier. The very similarly lit, and I'm really liking their design, man. I look. I don't like the short hair on the elves. I really don't. I'll get over it, but like this looks like an orc to me. Like I'm very happy what I'm seeing. I mean, there may not be as bulky as some of the other ones, but this is the second age. The
Yeah.
orcs may be in hiding. I mean, they may not be at
Living
their
in like
full
a
strength.
wasteland,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
look like if I had to guess where they're from, it looks like some kind of swamp region. They all look like they got like some kind of reptilian armor.
yeah,
So it's either like a desert and they're killing big scary lizards out there, hence
yeah.
all the bone armor, or it's like even that one has got like that leather again. It
It's
looks
like a
like reptilian
scale.
to me. Yeah.
Yeah,
So he's either, in my opinion, they're either killing stuff in a swamp, like big reptiles in swamps, or big reptiles in a desert
yeah.
somewhere.
Now, this is the only one that I was a little iffy on. I love the design of the orc.
Uh huh.
The the clothes are just a little different than what I would have expected. I really like the weapon design. The
Yeah.
two kind of short sword looking type things.
Yeah.
Almost Wakizashi style. One of them has a little bit like curve at the
You want to
end,
know what I think that is, Colt? I think that's going to be like
like an
to
orc
me,
rogue or something.
yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I would say. If
Yeah.
if if I was in that D&D realm, that would definitely be an orc rogue or an assassin
Right,
or
like I
something.
love the way it looks. I'm saying purely from a like Lord of the Rings perspective. I don't know that those clothes necessarily fit with what I would expect. But
But
again,
if an orc
we
was
don't
trying to
know.
disguise himself, then
Yeah,
yes,
exactly. We don't know the context of this. Again, the design here is incredible, dude. Like
yeah.
the face, the everything is great. Um, this one right here is the one that just absolutely blew me away. I mean, th- this is perfect, dude. Down to all the rust and stuff
Yeah.
on the. In fact, I'm pretty sure if you look
And
at
there's
this,
the
this
scales again too on the
yeah,
armor is what you're
this
talking
is
about.
like this looks like a letter Y and a U. I mean, it's not. I'm just saying, like, just remember that.
Yeah.
I think this is the same. I think this is the same orc right here, but you'll notice the like spiky bit in the middle
Yeah.
is gone here. But I mean, look, that's basically that symbol or that marking.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get it to go over again. There we go. So like this is just incredible, dude. Like I mean, the detail here is so good, man. The
Yeah.
nose, the eyes. I mean, I love the little wisps of hair coming out too. And you
Yep.
did talk about you can see that's definitely some kind of animal skin or something that they're wearing. So I mean, this is the one that I saw first, and I
Uh-huh.
was just completely blown away by it. I was not expecting this level of detail at all, man. Like this looks amazing.
Yeah, it does. So yeah. Again, I mean, it doesn't change my outlook because again, I am because of everything that's going on in all the different fandoms, I have learned to, quell my expectations.
Yeah,
Um I am excited to see the show though. But I'm going to go into it apprehensive and it's one thing to show me all the bells and whistles, but if there's not a good story behind it, which is what everyone's freaking out over,
sure.
is how are you going to make this viable? There's a lot of people worried about some of the things that are going on within the creativity or creation designs of some of these characters when it comes to Tolkien's races. And again, I am not one of them Tolkien hardcore fanboys. My extent is a couple of animated movies with Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and Peter
Which are excellent, by
Jackson's.
the way.
Yeah,
I mean, they are.
and Peter
They're
Jackson's
weird, but they're really good.
movies, and so that's
Yeah.
it. I've tried to read Lord of the Rings, never even cracked the cover on a Silmarillion or
Oh,
anything like that,
that's a
man.
hard read, man.
So
It's a history textbook.
anyway, I do not have that connection. However, if they do what they've been doing in a lot of these shows, these big budget shows, and they are the lead character are constantly contradicting themselves, Book of Boba Fett, I am going to, or they're like, we're these really smart people, and then the new guy you just meet looks at you a certain way. He's like, no, we need to do this now, and then you just like,
Mm-hmm.
that makes more sense. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of ways they can mess this up, and I'm rooting for them. I really am. I'm hoping that the Rings of Power is a sword and sandal show that I can click on and watch and enjoy. I really am.
Yeah.
I think the world is better with this kind of property out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
like
it's
it's a break.
yeah, I mean, look, say what you want about the Disney Star Wars films. I mean, or not just films, but the Disney Star Wars in general. I'm at least happy that we get to at least see new stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Um, Even if this is crap, which I mean, it may be, and this may be the next Game of Thrones. Who knows?
Who knows? Who
Uh,
knows?
I just want it to be good, and I just want my personal thing is I just want them to keep real world politics and
Yep.
ideologies out of it. Just write a good fantasy, story,
Yeah.
and
A great
that's all. That's all you got to do.
yeah, a great story is completely trumps everything, man. It's like, oh, I'm not going to talk about any particular Star Wars shows that are airing right now, but like when I recently, I don't know if I brought this up in my recent in a recent stream sometime, Colby, but I was sitting there, I was sitting at my coffee table, I was doing a task, and I was on Disney Plus, and I hit play on Star Wars: A New Hope, and I almost started welling up. I'm like, how hard is this to do?
Yeah,
And what's nuts is that the guy that was supposed to be making it got told no every step
of the
of the
way. Yeah,
way. And he made concessions to do things a certain way. And then I think it was you, Colby, you said that Star Wars was made in the editing room.
yeah.
You know,
A New Hope was saved in the editing room. It was a
yeah, there you go.
mess. Yeah,
So, and I'm just like, man, but at the same, but it works. Everything they're you go from one scene to another, and if
it's
there is a
perfectly paced and
and
just
yeah, if there's another scene that cuts to a bad guy over here, it doesn't really jar because they're all focused on the same thing. It's just like when they cut to Darth Vader and he's on the Death Star. Princess Leia is there, and she's the one that our heroes are trying to save. So it's like that's okay. It isn't three guys sitting in a room talking about who's going to lead a thing, and then the new chick walks in, is like, "You guys are all stupid. You don't know what you're doing."
yeah, it just flows into the next scene and it's all
Yeah, it's
organic.
just
Yeah.
like, let's go, and guys, it's 100% okay for your group of three dudes, fellows, men, and then the female comes on. Is like, "We're going to go do this. You should come with," and she agrees. It's like, "Yes, that is the thing
Yeah.
we should do."
Yeah. It's okay
There's
for
nothing
people
wrong with
to
that.
yeah, right. Yeah.
But to sit there and anyway, I'm not gonna do it.
Well,
I'm gonna do it.
yeah, I think probably next week we will get into and when I say
Dude,
get into, I mean rip into Obi-Wan a little bit.
no, we'll get into it
So
because again, me and
yeah.
you, and we're not going to talk about it too much, and we're going to wind up talking about it a lot. Me and you agree on so much. There is like whenever everybody sees, oh well, this and this was awesome. Me and Colby will agree with you
It was awesome,
that
but this was really bad.
and this was awesome.
Yeah.
But what the hell are they doing?
Yeah.
you
So,
know,
yeah,
it's like okay,
we'll
so
get into it. We'll get into it next week. Plus, who's to say that the finale tomorrow isn't the best Star Wars thing we've ever seen?
ever.
I look. I hope that's the case.
Yes.
That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's actually move on.
Let's get out of here.
Let's move on to another Disney Plus series that is currently on.
Wait,
But before we do that,
yeah, I'm about to say, I was
let's get into a little answers without context. All right,
Answers without
so
context.
we will be talking about Ms. Marvel after this, by the way. So
I'm excited.
all right. So last week you hit me with some rippers, as Johnny Rose would say. All right, so you ready for this?
Yes.
All right, so for those who haven't seen this, this is just an impromptu thing that we started doing a few weeks ago, and we ask each other 10 random questions, and the person has to answer without giving any context as to their answer. All right, ready?
No. Yes.
Okay. Momma, Mama or Momma?
God. Oh. MAMA.
Okay. All right. Good.
Mama.
Good. I hate the other one. It's so, and it's probably just because we're from the South, but it's so wrong the other way. And this is probably going to ruffle some feathers too.
Oh,
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Oh my God. Without context, yes. Yes, it does.
All right. I like it.
All right, next, please.
Number 3. If you could be any hero in the MCU, who would it be?
Oh man, in their current state, I
Just
was
in
no
the MCU.
context. Spider-Man.
Okay. I like it. I like it. All right. Number 4. Family Guy, The Simpsons, or South Park?
How dare you, sir, South Park?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I was
Don't
not
even have to
expecting
think
that.
about that one.
I wasn't
Did I even have
expecting
to
that.
think about it? Oh my goodness. I read that one. I actually read that question before you asked it. I was like, oh, come on, get to the end. I knew this one.
Okay. This is either going to be really easy or we'll be here for the next 10 minutes. Are you ready? Quarterbacks, start, bench, cut. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees. Start 1, bench 1, cut 1. Go.
Okay, well, I'm going to cut the guy that's only won one Super Bowl. That's Drew Brees. I'm going to bench the guy that could probably step up and win me the game, but I'm going to take the guy that's got 7 damn Super Bowl rings as my starter. And then Peyton
Start
can come in.
Brady,
Start Brady.
bench Manning, cut Brees.
Yep. Cut
So
Brees.
the exact order that I have it in.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just
that wasn't on purpose. That was just.
And
this is
again,
how-
without context, you can sit there and say, like, you can say, well, what if he's behind the Dallas Cowboy 1990s offensive line? Still Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Because you
Agreed.
can imagine him dunking and diving to Michael Irvin.
Right.
You know? Anyway.
All right. Let's see. What's next? Number 6. What's your favorite time of year?
Dude, anytime that it isn't above 80 degrees in the state of Florida.
So not right now.
Not right now. Yeah, favorite time of year, I'd say from October to February.
All right. Number 7. Worst movie you have ever seen.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
That's what that was my answer. It's so easy.
Dude, no, I'm not going to. Yeah, okay. I am going to put some context on this one, even though we're not supposed to. And the reason is, I think I was between 16 and 18 years old, went to go see this movie, paid money to see this movie. It was the first time.
A lot of us did. Yeah, we were there. Yeah.
It was the first time I walked out of the theater and I was like, that movie just took my money.
Right. Like, what the hell did I just watch?
So, and again, and it holds up as a strong argument to be worst movie ever made, ever.
Yeah.
So
that's so funny because that was my answer too. All right, here we go.
And if I may, really quick, Cole, before you ask this next one, if people say, well, Batman and Robin, fuck you, Batman and Robin.
I'll take Batman and Robin all day.
Dude, I'll watch that 3 times in a row before I even listen to Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah. All right. Number 8. Seriously, though, how good is Top Gun Maverick?
Oh, my God. It is so freaking good. Seen it twice. I know there's a lot of you guys out there that have seen it twice. I have still not seen it in IMAX. I know that it's an experience. I think it broke a record this weekend.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it was either the second or third highest fourth weekend or something. Like, it just keeps going, dude. It's
got legs. That's what they call it in the business.
I want it to break $1 billion because look, say what you want about Tom Cruise. I don't care. I mean, if personal stuff, whatever. He deserves this. He made this for us, and he could have cheapened out and done a lot of CGI and all that stuff. But this movie's amazing. You need to watch it. Number 9, favorite guilty pleasure.
Oh no.
This could be anything.
Sometimes when I'm nervous, I stick my hands in my. No. Favorite guilty pleasure. I mean, right now I'm on a midnight bowl of cereal kick, man.
Oh, there you go. I like it.
Oh my God, like
I like it.
Captain Crunch or Golden Grams, ice cold milk. Like, inhale that bowl. So
nice. All right, that's a good. It's a good answer. All right, finally, number 10. What's the deal with grape nuts? You open it up, no grapes, no nuts. I mean, what is this stuff?
I don't know what the hell it is. Nobody did.
Right? It's the weirdest thing, isn't it? All right, so that's gonna wrap up Answers Without Context for this week. So, next, I wanted to talk about Ms. Marvel on Disney Plus.
Are we talking about the greatest crime known to cinema right now?
Well, here, let's actually let's talk about that a little bit. So, what the hell, people? Ms. Marvel's viewership is the lowest of any MCU show on Disney Plus. Now, I can totally see the reason for this. It's a very unknown character. If you don't read comic books, you probably don't know who this character even is.
Yeah.
But, you know, this show is so good. And it's only had 2 episodes, but I mean, I can already tell that the people that made this, they just know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And, you know, it is, I will say that it's very, the article says right here, it's a smash hit among Gen Z and, you know, all of that. So it seems to be doing well in the demographic for which it is designed, I guess.
Yeah.
But this show is so good. Everybody just needs to watch it. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't care if you're Gen Z or not. Like, this show is really good. So
it hits a lot of points. Now, for all you guys that are like, man, I'm trying to think.
She's totally creeping over your camera feed. By the way, her eyes are like right above the feed.
Hey, Kamala, how you doing?
That was an accident.
Ah! So anyway, yeah, this amongst, again, not talking about
Here,
another.
I'll switch it. There we go.
Talking about another a little show that's out there with Star Wars in front of it. Dude, this thing is amazing. It's funny. It has it's witty. It is naturally progressing you through a culture.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's not it's not like, you know, forced down your throat or in your face or anything. It's just so organic and natural how like it's just, that's one thing that Kamala Khan fans told me about her in general.
I was one of them.
Is that like it is just part of her, right? It's not like it's the whole comic is not about that. Like, it's just part of her and it's blended in perfectly. And it seems like they're doing that perfectly for the show as well. So
yeah, you've man, Gen Z, Gen X, Gen A. You should be definitely checking out Miss Marvel. It's the only show in a long time that I actually watch. I watch each episode twice a week. I will watch it alone, and
that's
then
true. I did the same thing. I didn't realize it.
And then because my girlfriend hasn't watched it yet, I'll go back and watch it with her. You know, I don't mind sitting there for an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, watching this show twice a week.
Yeah, Cameron and I watched the first one I think 5 times. Like, it was just, like, we just fell in love with it, man.
It's great.
I loved the visual style. I loved the sarcastic humor, but the really quick-witted humor. Her friend Bruno is awesome. In the second episode, we get a little bit more, actually a lot more exposure to her female friend. I'm blanking on the name. Nakia, maybe.
Makia.
By the way, did you notice that the kid that she saves at the end, the one that was hanging from the little
spoilers, gall.
Oh, geez.
It's been a week. It's been a week, and it's a TV show where you can talk about spoilers.
Yeah. Plus, it's a superhero show. She's going to be saving people. The kid is actually wearing her shoes. Remember when they're at the mosque praying, and then her friend's like, "Where are my shoes? The sneaker thief has struck again." The kid is wearing them. The kid is the thief. Yeah,
I have not noticed that.
Yeah. So, you know, it's just there's so many little things in this show. I love the way they integrate text messaging and stuff onto the screen.
Yep.
And dude, the guidance counselor absolutely rules. Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah.
Gabe.
Do you want to answer phones?
I'm totally Mel Strip from the Nose.
Yeah. And I mean, dude, the show just works, man. You can tell that it's being made by people that really care about not only the exact source material, but the culture as well.
Yeah.
It's being made by people that are part of that culture and know absolutely what they're doing. So I can really appreciate it.
I think it was, I heard a good point today that a lot of us Disney Plus MCU show watchers, it's kind of we're kind of burnt out on these MCU shows because they haven't stuck the landing, which I get that, but most of those shows, like, I could tell, are they're going to have to stick the landing to be good. In the beginning, again, I will stand on this hill and die here talking about how much I did not like the first 2 episodes, especially the first episode of WandaVision. Did not
Yeah.
care for it. It did not hook
Yeah.
me. Loki, the same thing. I was like, you better show me something next week. And Falcon and the Winter. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier to me was fine because it was like watching a movie.
It was the most even keeled. It was
Yeah.
consistent. Like it didn't have any
And we get
really, really highs, but didn't have very many lows either.
And we had the high in there was Baron Zemo dancing in the club, so that was probably the highest moment in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That was a weird gesture, but that was what he made. So
that is what he did. But anyway, it was so yeah, I completely understand. Or even Hawkeye, Hawkeye. I don't know how you could tell. Like
I liked Hawkeye.
So did I. And again, none of these shows are bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the end are like. And it's just, and some of them do feel like it was just enough to want to see the next show that comes out.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Moon Knight. Like the first 5 episodes were excellent. I thought.
Yep.
I did not love the finale, and that's exactly kind of what you're talking about here. So this show needs to stick the landing. Like,
yeah,
especially with as good as it has been so far, it owes it to itself to stick the landing.
Yeah, I think. I think they owe it to. You're right. I think the show runners and show creators owe it to the show.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
This ending needs to be phenomenal because everything you've given us so far. I mean, we're still doing this. We're up to then we're gonna get to the end. Hopefully, the 6th or 8th episode. I don't know how many episodes it is.
I think it's 6.
And then we could just slowly come back down through the resolution. But yeah, man, guys, I can't say this enough. If you have not sat down and spent 2 hours of your life watching the first 2 episodes of Miss Marvel, the next one will be out in about 6 hours from now. So the episode number 3 will be out in about 6 hours. Or if you're one of this, and I know that you guys are out there, those people that are out there wait for the entire show to launch.
And there's something to be said about that. I mean, we're waiting for the entire Obi-Wan show to come out before we actually really talk about it and review it. So
can't wait to talk about it.
Because we got into that trap with Book of Boba Fett where I anyway at least liked the first 2 episodes, and then it just went all downhill from there, and we just kept constantly like shitting on it, and then it was like, why are we doing this? Like what?
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, any final thoughts on Ms. Marvel?
Final thoughts on Miss Marvel. I hope they are alluding to the fact that we are going to figure out the origin of her superpower, which is going to be great. That's going to be really cool. And I hope it is something that is easy to digest. I don't want to jump through hoops to figure out how this young girl can throw light out of her hands. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be like, this is why this is happening. Outstanding. Thank you so much.
Cool. Dig it.
Yeah, it's like, that's awesome. I don't need 3 episodes to explain this. Again, I guess I say big thanks to all those guys that are out there making this show. Thank you so much, and keep doing what you're doing. But yeah, if I was to take anything away from it, totally, like, I think it was you. I think it was either you or somebody else in fan out. Like, I don't know, but I was like, dude,
it was. I'm pretty sure it was me. I really didn't. Look, I said it last week. I think I thought the trailer did the show dirty a little bit personally.
Oh, no.
I think it made it look cheap, but I didn't understand the context. Right.
Okay.
And after seeing honestly just 5 minutes of the first episode, I was like, wow, I was completely wrong. This is incredible. Like, I can already tell you, this is exactly this show is right up my alley, dude. So
it's good. It's fun.
Yeah.
To me, it feels like I said this, man. It feels like a comic book should feel.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, it's like it's amazing. You feel like you're in a comic book.
Yeah.
Very similar to the Scott Pilgrim.
Hey, man, Faust, how you doing, man?
What's going on, Matt? Thanks for joining, man. We're just hanging out talking about Ms. Marvel. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but yeah, we were actually about to end it.
Yeah,
but
we're at the end.
Yeah, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about, Jonathan, before we wrap it up?
No, the only thing I want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, as we've mentioned several times in this video alone, next week, I'm just going to want to clear the slate, and unless something big happens in between now and then, we're going to dedicate the next stream to Obi-Wan Kenobi. we are going to air it out. Me and Colby have been talking
the airing
off
of grievances
camera.
phase.
dude, we have been airing it out privately, but I think the internet needs to hear what we have to say about this show. And it's going to be what's sad is that it's nothing you haven't heard. It's just like, I don't like watching reviews about this because people are like, you're getting this idea from somebody else. But I was literally texting Colby.
Yeah, no, the
what
first day
I
we
was
were like,
complaining about it.
yeah.
And then Colby's like, that's exactly what this other reviewer said. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not watching that reviewer right now.
Right. I didn't mean that. I meant like, you're right. Like other people are agreeing with us on this.
And then when I watch it, I'm like, you know what? I'm not alone. I was like, I don't want to be like this guy that's like, oh, you don't like Star Wars. It's like, no, that's my problem. I fucking love Star Wars. That's my goddamn problem.
Like, yeah, I don't love Star Wars. You know? Like,
I know.
I mean, right? Homemade lightsaber. I can never do that. You know, Boba Fett, Jango Fett helmet. You know.
Yeah.
So here, actually, I'm glad Matt commented. Check this out. So this is a new streaming platform that we're working on. I'm sure you've seen other people use it, but we have the ability to throw some comments actually on the screen now and do little call outs. So Matt, appreciate that. So yeah, next week I would really love to get some audience participation when we spoiler alert, we don't like this show. We will definitely be going. I mean, let me back up. There are lots of things that are awesome in this show. Just full stop. The bad is really fucking bad. I'm sorry. It's really bad. Man, and we'll get into it. And look, you know, I want Star Wars to be good. Like, I do. Is The Mandalorian a fluke? Or is it the exception to the rule? Is Star Wars just inherently bad now? I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe tomorrow's finale is incredible, and then next week we are like, holy crap, this show is better than we realized.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. I don't think the finale can change 5 episodes of absolutely pathetic writing and character choices. I just don't.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll just leave it at that. But thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Yeah, like I said, we're working on this new streaming platform. Hopefully we can get some more participation because it really makes the platform, you know, stand out there. Jonathan, you got anything you want to plug before we end it?
Yeah, guys, I have recently began to stream again. I stream about, I do not have a set schedule. I literally stream when I can. It's only for about an hour at a time. If you want to check me out at that guy John A on Twitch, it's spelled like that guy Jonna, like it's my little name tag right here. It's kind of like that. But yeah, reach out to Twitch and come check me out, man. And I'll say all the good things.
Yeah. Thanks,
and
Matt.
Also look at
appreciate the comment there, Matt. Appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah, man. Thank you so much for being here, Matt. And just keep your eyes on the horizon. Me and Colby, we recorded a little bit of content today, and hopefully it makes it to the internet.
We can talk about that. I mean, we a couple weeks ago we threw up just a real quick video of Marvel United, one of our first playthrough with that game, and we got another one in the can now. We just have to kind of edit it, and we're gonna be doing a lot of those, just where we just kind of get together and play a quick game, and hopefully do some tutorials, show you guys how the game works and the different aspects of the characters and things like that. So we had a lot of fun with it, the first one. So look that one up on our channel. We got some good feedback on that one. So look out for more of those. Leave us a comment, like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. I mean, the channel, we're really trying to grow the channel. Brian has, some stuff he's handling in his personal life right now. So Jonathan and I are just kind of trying to, man the fort, as it were, and keep making some good content for you all. So we really appreciate it. And as always, fan out.
Fan out, guys.
See you guys.